Hey guys, Coach Bill Sandell coming to you from Chandler, Arizona, and today we're going to talk with Trevor Hauver as he heads to spring training, and everybody starts reporting to spring training. I live in Arizona, so we get to see a lot of spring training games, and he's with the Rangers, the world champs. So he's heading back to camp today, as a matter of fact, and we had one of our last sessions yesterday, and we're going to have a conversation with him because the new hot topic in the marketplace is a wide handset, okay? And we've been introduced that to Trevor. We worked with it, Trevor. And today we're going to talk about why it's important, why I feel like the new way to kind of prepare to swing is with this handset, this wider handset. Atani, a Judge, and a few other guys do it. And I've been asked that question in recent videos, and I think I addressed it, but we addressed it yesterday, and I want to share that conversation with Trevor Hauver, show you a short video, and then we can talk about it more. So watch this video of Trevor and I going through a workout, and then I'll come back and give you a thought, and then we'll watch a video on a wider handset and why I think it's important in today's game, okay? Watch this video. We'll come right back. Hey, feel it, bring it. We're gonna go two more grounded, and we'll go leg kick. Wow, that was good. Okay, let's go leg kick. One motion, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like the leg kick is what's gonna mess me up a little bit with this, just like the timing.
Yeah. So as soon as you leg kick, you're bringing it.
Okay.
Right? They're gonna go together. Make sense?
Yeah.
Everything we do is based on timing. And when you hear Trevor and I start talking about having a wider handset, which means when we're gonna scap, we don't want to over rotate, and we don't want to tighten and pull. We just want to be able to pinch, set our hands, and be able to launch. The question that he posed to me was, I feel like my timing will be messed up in a sense, right? So that's what we worked on yesterday. Obviously, timing is crucial for syncing up with the pitcher. Obviously, that's everybody's issue, right? And working with a wider handset only means that you're getting into the slot, meaning you're preparing to launch, you're setting your hands at a point. Now, the biggest thing too with a wider handset, and we discussed this in detail, was a lot of guys will set their hands tight to their shoulder. They'll lift the bat off their shoulders, and then when they scap, right, they send the barrel tipping forward, right? What we want to do is, with a wider handset, is work to get that barrel on plane when we set our hands. And that was a big crucial element to that whole thing, because once you set your bat angle, it's all about rotation connection. And that's how you can hit 95 and above. And you can't barrel tip and then get back on plane. A lot of guys have a hard time doing it. The only guy I saw actually doing it with any consistency that actually worked was Gary Sheffield. And he was great at it because he timed it really well to go here and to there. And it was really, really good. But it's hard to do, right? So when you're talking about a wider handset, you're talking about setting your hands, and when you set your hands in that scap position, your barrel will be perfect to come off your shoulder. And again, we'll see video here in a little bit that kind of explains it more, but it's for your shoulders to not over rotate, to have your hands freed up, so when you do scap, right, you have a lot of free motion and you're not tied up on that backside, which a lot of hitters feel that they're bunched up and they can't rotate, especially on an inside pitch where all you do is become rotational. But watch this video and we'll come back and we'll talk more.
Common thread I'm seeing with a lot of these guys is that they're using this handset out away from their body to give themselves space for this big hand and scap pullback that doesn't cause a ton of shoulder rotation internally towards the plate. A lot of guys...
Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. We want to create space in our scap load, right? So we don't over-rotate our shoulders, okay? That's it. That's it in a nutshell. And I think it works really well. When you see a lot of guys doing it, and they go ahead and pull back, now all of a sudden their bat's on plane, now they have mobility, now they have that separation, to get on plane, and their barrel is already lined up. So I love that idea. So let's continue to watch Trevor Hauver here, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts.
Okay.
Right? They're going to go together. Make sense?
Okay.
I want you to go first, and then I'm going to go. What? Good. Now I'm going to go. Work off me.
Okay.
Oh boy. That was good. Give me one more, and then go back to what you think is regular.
Okay.
Okay. Do it again. Hey, one more. Good eye. Good. Okay. How'd you feel on that?
I felt good. I felt a little awkward. Obviously, I've never done it before, so but it felt good. My swings felt fluent.
I think it's all in your setup, right?
Okay.
If you're relaxed and relaxed and relaxed, or if you're relaxed, so you usually relax here,
Yeah.
right? You just got to be able to breathe and relax here, so when you get into it, it becomes a natural move.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And listen,
Yeah.
bottom line is you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want you to do what's comfortable,
Yeah.
right? But I think you got to maybe experiment with it, because it may give you a little bit more.
Okay.
So you're not over rotating, right? It'll give you a little bit more, so you're not so bunched up when you load, when you
Okay.
when you swing.
I feel like I can even try and start a little bit out even now, but still try to feel more comfortable like where I'm at.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Listen, it's up to you, right? Because again, remember, that little change you're going to make, right, is going to allow you to get into that deep stretch where we're not stretching now, right? We're setting.
okay.
That's the only thing I would say. Once you get your hand set down, your rotation was good.
Yeah.
You were right on plane. But
Yeah.
can you get a little bit more stretch and still stay on plane?
Yeah.
I think you can. I think by setting here and doing this, I think you can still do it. I mean, when I'm looking at your video sometimes, like even when you're live hitting, it's not going to affect your inside pitch because your hands are already there.
Yeah.
And you're just going to rotate. It's going to affect that ball on the outside that you get better stretch. Now that ball hit oppo is going to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, there's nothing. You can't, it's already set,
Yeah.
right? I tried to beat you 3 times. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so that was real talk. That was a real session with Trevor Hauver. And we just talked about experimenting, what you felt like. You know, he's a guy that is in a set position. He doesn't scap load much. He basically sets his hand. So we worked a lot last year on getting him prepared because he used to be a barrel tipper. And when he went to swing, his barrel would tip and then he'd have to get on plane. So he was missing a lot of balls that he should have squared up. And we know, you know, in professional baseball, there's a thing I call space and time. So when you're talking about hitting somebody that's 95 and above, you have 0.7 seconds to make that decision to hit and to swing, to make connection. That's why hitting is so hard. That's why 3 for 10 makes you an all-star. When somebody bats 270, they get 2.7 hits every 10 at-bats. So Trevor Hauver was having trouble when he was barrel tipping and then trying to get back on plane. And we're talking about tenths of seconds. So that's all we're trying to do when we're working with professional hitters is we're trying to eliminate tenths of seconds to connection because those tenths add up. And if we can eliminate 2/10 of seconds to make a decision, that means he has 2/10 of a second. He has more time to get into his connection, and that's all we're doing. So you heard real talk, real conversation with Trevor about setting his hands. Now, Trevor's a guy that you can't beat inside. Typically, traditionally, his hands are set, so every time he recognizes inside, he goes from set to launch to connection. That wider handset, I think, helped him understand that he can get better stretch, and now he doesn't have to rush to get to the outside pitch, which a lot of guys do. They hit it up at the front side of the plate. They end up rolling over or pulling it to center field. Again, guys have done a good job with this in big league baseball, but when talking about a guy who's on the verge of breaking into big league ball, how do you hit today's pitching? And we know today's pitching is so much better than it was even 5 years ago, with guys throwing 97 and above. Almost like every guy coming into the game is 97 now. So it's really, really hard. So you heard real talk from a real guy who's on the verge of making it to the big leagues. And we're looking for great things out of Trevor Hauver. But again, I hope this helped. Hope this gives you some insight into what we're doing. And again, like and subscribe if you like these videos. Have yourself a great rest of the week. Spring training is around the corner. Can't wait. We'll talk to you again soon.
I'll do what he's unable to do. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China.
I